So you're gonna start noticing a lot of pauses throughout this new like a little bit unedited portion of this video, because it is during this precisely time that I'm debating whether I want to finish the piece. Um, this video is going to be a little bit, this beat art is going to be a little bit different because I want to demonstrate a side of you that I selectively sometimes don't choose to put on YouTube, and I think that that's something to keep in mind, as YouTube, uh, like as people who upload videos and put media in like social platforms like Instagram or Flickr or YouTube, you selectively choose what and what not you want your viewers to see. And this piece here is no different. Um, Here I start debating whether I want to continue the piece, simply because I noticed that I fucked up in the materials I was using. A little bit of background. So the piece, the surface that you're actually seeing is a wine box, all natural wood. So the permanent marker was being absorbed in a really, really, really fucked up way. I have used wood before, and permanent markers didn't. I've used permanent marker on wood before, and it's never been a big issue. Uh, but in this material that I had, it was a huge issue, and I just really wanted to stop what I was doing, um, and re rethink my strategy for tackling this piece. Um, you will see that later on in the video, it changes, and that's because I took a break, and went back to the piece and fixed what was the problem. And the problem here was the selection of materials that I was using. For wood, it's not smart to use permanent marker, and I knew that. I wanted to, permanent I mean alcohol-based markers. Um, I knew that it wasn't smart, but I wanted to do it because I don't have a big selection of permanent markers with different shades, and I want to do shading. I want to do all this great stuff, and it just wasn't viable with the materials that I had. So I opted out not using permanent marker, and the consequences of my actions uh, fell through. And I think that that's something that I wanted to show with this video, because um, I don't like throwing footage out, because I rarely have time to sit down and draw. And if I have to sit down and then throw away footage, it's like a ridiculously waste of time. So I wanted to use this video, and I didn't know how to use it. I was I wanted to just put this, what you're seeing now on video. I wanted you to see that as my as my beginning of the video and end of the video. But I knew that it wasn't going to be authentic. I knew that it was going to be very fake in terms of the process, and I sometimes guilt myself in that, because I want to put out an image of myself to be viewed in a certain way. And when I make big mistakes like that, it's definitely something that I sometimes don't like to put on YouTube. And I think that that's something that, I wanted to change with this video. I wanted to recognize that, what, I fucked up, but I want you all to see why I fucked up, in hopes that maybe you don't do it yourself. So definitely just wanted to put this out there because of that reason, and that reason only. The piece later on did get better. I had to take a couple hour break from this piece, because of the reason that I didn't want to continue it, not being satisfied with it. This piece is for one of my cousins. It's not commission work. She's not paying me for it. But it's definitely any type of work where people give me stuff to draw on. You always want to, represent your work well. And so I didn't want to fuck up in this piece, even if I wasn't getting paid for it. I didn't want to fuck up this piece, because it is at the end of the day, it is your work that is being portrayed in whatever surface you're drawing on. And so I wanted to do the best that I could. It was really time consuming, and it was frustrating, just the whole process within itself, having to start all over again, having to color on top of something that's already been colored. I was having issues with the Sharpie fine line that you're seeing, and making the detail. Constantly had to go down and redraw, so the alcohol ink was flowing again. It was just really time consuming, but you know what? It was definitely worth it at the end. I am really, really happy with what you are all seeing now in the end result. And I know that, this is a challenge, and I have to practice more. And I think that's just the message that I always tell my viewers is, you got to practice. If you want to be better, you got to practice. And it does that by repetition. It does that by, sketching. You do that by, noticing your fuck ups and making it better the next time. So just enjoy the rest of the video, everyone. And yeah, I hope this speed art, this different type of speed art is a little change of the game. I was contemplating on whether on just erasing and scratching this off, but like I said, it's footage that I did not want to waste, and I just rather see the learning motive behind my fuck ups. And I hope that this video has helped, even if it's just viewing me in a different way. I'm not perfect. I've been doing this for a minute, but I haven't mastered anything or everything. So just just really hope that you all enjoyed this piece, and yeah, continue seeing the end product. Peace out.